Welcome back, dear listeners, to the shadowed streets of Oakwood, where the line between the living and the dead blurs and the past refuses to stay buried. Our tale continues as Maya and Detective Harris find themselves entwined in a battle not just against an ancient evil, but also their own inner demons. Maya's nights had become battlegrounds. Each time she closed her eyes, the dark entity invaded her dreams, weaving nightmares that left her breathless and terrified. In these visions, she was surrounded by death and despair, the entity's chilling laughter echoing in her ears. As the grip of fear tightened around her, she began to doubt her ability to confront the malevolent force threatening Oakwood. One morning, as the pale light of dawn filtered through the heavy curtains, Maya confided in Harris. "I don't know if I can do this," she whispered, her voice trembling. "It's too strong. I'm just one person." Harris, seeing her struggle, decided it was time to share his own burden. "You're not alone, Maya," he said, his tone softer than usual. "I've faced something like this before. When I was a child, my family, we were haunted by a darkness. It took them from me, one by one, until I was the only one left." Maya looked at him, her eyes wide with shock and empathy. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because I've spent my whole life trying to forget," Harris admitted, his voice heavy with sorrow. "But I realize now that we can't fight this if we don't face our own fears." Determined to weaken the entity, Maya and Harris turned to the sorcerer's journal. The pages held ancient rituals, symbols, and incantations, a guide to confronting the darkness. The spirit guide appeared once more, urging them to prepare for a ritual that would draw the entity into the open. As the night of the ritual approached, Maya was plagued by one final harrowing vision. She found herself in a dreamscape, a twisted version of Oakwood where the streets were lined with the shadows of the dead. The dark entity loomed over her, its eyes burning with malevolence. "You're weak," it hissed, its voice a venomous whisper. "You cannot defeat me." But this time, Maya stood her ground. "I'm not alone," she declared, her voice steady. "And we will stop you." Awakening from the nightmare, Maya felt a newfound strength. She and Harris gathered the necessary items for the ritual, their resolve unshakable. The town square, usually a place of quiet charm, now served as their battleground. As they began the ritual, the air crackled with energy and the fog thickened around them. The entity manifested before them, a monstrous shadow that seemed to suck the light from the world. Harris faced it head-on, using the incantations from the journal, while Maya focused on channeling her inner strength. The episode ends with the entity's chilling laughter echoing through the square. "You cannot defeat me!" it snarled, its form shifting and twisting. But Maya and Harris stood firm, their eyes locked on the darkness. And so, dear listeners, our story leaves you once more on the precipice of the unknown. Can Maya and Detective Harris overcome their fears and defeat the dark entity? Or will Oakwood be forever lost to the shadows? Join us next time, as the final confrontation draws near and the darkness within reveals its true form. Until then, keep your courage close and your fears at bay, for the night is darkest just before the dawn.